I think it's fair to say that the United States has now become the inheritor of a imperial problem that's been going back for centuries now. You mentioned also, I think it was the Bank of England, um, and which is the predecessor of the modern Federal Reserve. We all know who set these things up, and it's now coming to light. So that being said, it's like okay, so it's all coming to light. The 80-year mark, which you've mentioned, which by the way I learned from you, is coming up soon. It's actually not that long from now. Okay.
Which 80-year
I
mark?
think that
We've already gotten to the end. 2025 is the 80-year mark for the creation of the Third Republic, but we still have 2 years to go now before the 80-year mark of the birth of the State of Israel.
Yes, absolutely. Israel, yes. And so that's coming up soon. I don't think that the American empire has any way out of its own debt, just like what you stated. And it's now seizing territory because the Ponzi scheme, which we talked about in the past, is going to collapse.
Right.
It's going to fall flat right on our faces.
Right. Yes, I think that people have a misunderstanding of what money is. Okay, before money was gold, and then there are people out there still who are saying we need a gold standard. Well, that's great if you own the gold, but everyone else is strangled because there's not enough money in circulation. So you have to have some type of government currency. The problem here is the government should not delegate its responsibility to create money. The government should create money directly and directly inject it into the economy. Right now is the government delegates this to the Fed. The Fed is a private bank, just like the Bank of England. The Fed creates money out of nothing, okay, and then gives it to bankers, and they charge interest on something that costs them nothing. And as a result, the only way you can get money is through your credit card, or you can borrow money from these people. And what you do is you create a debt that grows and grows and grows until finally it strangles the economy, which is where we are right now at the end of the Third Republic. I'm currently reading a book about C.H. Douglas and Ezra Pound, and I'm looking forward to writing a review of that, which will appear in Culture Wars, about this issue that he said the government should issue a credit to people to make up for the shortfall between the cost needed to create something and the shortfall because people or wages don't earn enough to buy the things that they create. So the government should intervene. That was his solution. Ezra Pound thought it was a great idea. A lot of people thought it was a great idea, but that's part of what we're dealing with here. What we both acknowledge as universally bad is letting a private bank issue money as debt through the banks, which enslaves everyone, and then the debt becomes unrepayable because of usury, because of compound interest.